Hello and welcome. Today's video marks a first of its kind here on my channel, as we will be showcasing a redstone invention of sorts that I have been working on over the past 2 weeks, starting from about episode 26 of my survival livestream. So, what is this invention, you might be asking? That would be my all-in-one item sorter, auto crafter, and Shulker Box Loader, as was seen on my survival Let's Play world on stream. The design has unfortunately a height constraint, which led to the prototyping, as you can see here with the numbers. I'll explain a little bit further in a bit. This layer of blocks right here represents the very bottom of my sugarcane farm, and I was hoping to have room below this contraption to have further redstone farms installed at a later date. But for now, this is what we have and where it stands on my world currently. The functionality that I needed from this was to not only be able to handle the incoming gunpowder, sugarcane, melons, pumpkins, and a few other things, but to be able to auto-craft, as well as to be able to turn on and off individual slices to allow me to very selectively choose what gets packed into shulker boxes at any given time. Say I want to AFK for, we'll say 8 hours, and I want to only have gunpowder and sugarcane packed away. I can go in and turn off the rocket crafter and the paper crafter, and it'll only put away the base ingredients. The issue I ran into with this original design is it's not truly tileable. I can't actually put the 2-item crafter system for the rockets up against the original slices for the gunpowder, sugarcane, and even as much as the paper. However, this is something I was able to fix over the course of a few prototypes. I'll be showing you 1, 2, 2A, 5, and 6A. The way I have the system lined up for actually labeling these prototypes and I suppose final designs is the number indicates the 1 wide slice, and the letter A stands for alternate, indicating the 2 wide slices. So this is our original design. We need to be able to process a lot rather quickly. I have a height constraint and preferably a lower bound constraint as well. Moving on to prototype number 2. We have it ever so slightly compacted, but unnecessarily convoluted in some ways. Also making for a somewhat uncomfortable accessing of the actual shulker output. Something I was able to fix in later iterations. 2A is also not a ton different, with the biggest setback being, unfortunately, the triple pulse that I needed for the rockets was also coming over to the paper, and I was just kind of spitting out paper onto the ground and causing myself a lot of waste. I believe after a 16-hour AFK session, I had not even a single shulker box of rockets loaded and at the ready. As for my individual slices, the 5th design here is my most compacted, and where I'm calling this good enough for my needs, at least. I'm sure it could probably be compacted more, but I have not been able to figure that out quite yet. But at the very least, it does everything I need to do with packing shulker boxes, auto crafting, auto sorting, and being able to be turned on and off as needed. And as you can see, 5 is the ending of my individual strips here, but 6A is actually the ending of my 2 wide. It still needed another iteration. It happens. But there's a fair bit more going on here, and I will come back and explain that briefly. But for now, we'll go into the individual components that make up slice number 5. First up is a Shulker Box Loader designed by Borkin here on YouTube. I've only slightly modified this design, bringing the redstone block up above rather than where this stair currently is, as I needed a little bit more viewing space and headroom for accessing my shulker boxes in the output. But otherwise, exactly the same as his design, even as far as needing to be primed beforehand to be fully usable. The second component part is a auto crafter, and this one here is something I came up with as I was just kind of tinkering around with the mechanics. Although I'm sure this exact setup has probably been done time and time again. This is just what I landed on for the specific size constraints I'm working with. This particular one would only work with generally one ingredient, as you would normally be feeding it in from the front face here, and requires it to be empty. Simply fill out the spaces you need for the recipe you're working with. The comparator will take signal through the block. This should be a power level of 7 based off of that. And this observer will see the change as it hits 9. As the full composter is giving off a signal strength of 8. Doot, doot, and then it pulses, just like that. And last up is a triple pulse generator as designed by... sorry if I butcher this a little bit. riSygneD on Reddit. I do have the name up on the screen for you, but there is that. This is actually great. It took a fair amount of testing and research to actually even come across something like this, and it slotted in so perfectly. But there you have it. It takes one redstone signal in and converts it into 3 separate pulses out. So on to design 5. As we had very briefly shown, you can see most of those components here. We have the Shulker Box Loader and the Auto Crafter here, with obviously the Impulse SV item sorter at the top here. As I was saying earlier, we do have the redstone block moved up to the top instead of in this space, as... Well, if I can get in here. This will be the level you're standing at. Naturally. I don't want that to be a redstone block. I want this to look quite nice when I'm done with it. But here, you can access that note block. And you can also see quite a bit different from the first design, as we do actually have it up underneath everything rather than sitting all in the way there. This is about a good 3 blocks shorter than the previous one was, as well as a fair bit faster, actually. So I cut out a lot of unnecessary redstone ticks happening where they ultimately did not need to be happening. But I will back up just a little bit here and give you just a few seconds to actually get a screenshot or to pause the video and copy this into your own world. Please let me know if it is actually useful for you, as it very much so will be for me, but I know it's a bit of a niche need the way I am using this design in my world. 6A, same kind of thing happening. So while we do have much of the same from the slice number 5 happening here, there is a fair amount that is different. So let me try and go over that real quick. First off, you'll notice where the actual alignment is on things. We have the craft detection occurring over here with a little bit of funny business happening. Instead of Wing around, the redstone is very linear and sitting on top of observers. There's an observer signal out here, as well as an observer signal out straight down. Every time this system pulses, it will trigger this crafter only once. And we accomplish that in a rather roundabout way. So hopefully if you have a better way of doing this, please let me know. This one toggles as a T flip-flop. This one ends up stopping it from toggling and triggering this, or stops it from toggling twice and triggering this observer. Which, I kid you not, took a substantial amount of fiddling to even get remotely functional. But this observer is actually serving 2 purposes here in powering this lamp and kickstarting our triple pulse generator, which I have converted into an upright design here. As much as it may seem there is plenty of space here to work with, when I had it horizontal rather than vertical, I could not get it to actually bring the signal all the way across here without interfering with everything else in the way or that. But in this state, it is completely tileable. You can place the one wide strip right down this side, or you can place the one wide strip right down this side, and they will not mess each other up. With that being said, however, there is the issue of these are not exactly tileable with one another, as this redstone strip right here means on every single 2 wide module, you will be triple pulsing all of your auto crafters if you have the 2 wides right next to each other. So you do need to alternate a 2 wide, 1 wide, 2 wide, 1 wide, etc. anywhere you might need to have a bunch of 2 wides. At least in my case, that's not an issue. The particular order I plan on having things: gunpowder, sugarcane, paper, rockets, pumpkins. I don't even have to have the crafter in line for that one. And then melons. So it works out in my case. It may not work out well for you. So again, if any of you guys are able to come up with something better, please let me know. I would love to improve on this, compact it further, or make it properly tileable. For my current needs, however, this is more than enough. And I kind of just wanted to show this off, as I'm quite proud of this design. It turned out very, very nice. But if you are looking to actually reach out to me regarding things I can fix or change with this, the YouTube comment section is not the only place you can actually get a hold of me for that. I'm on the r/redstone subreddit, as well as I have a Discord server for my community. So I recommend join that and send me your video of your changes, your improvements, or write me a lengthy paragraph explaining how to fix this. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you see fit for getting that info to me. But with that, I do think I'm going to have to go ahead and call this a video. We're gonna end off here. A bit of an awkward one. I'm not used to these types of talky videos so much. So hopefully, if I end up doing more of these, I get better over time. But I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this. I had a lot of fun with the challenge and the design process involved in this, and I look forward to fully implementing this on my survival Minecraft world, which will probably be in a later episode. As of right now, I'm recording this the day before a Minecraft stream, so we will not be implementing it immediately, but soon enough. Again, I had fun doing this. I kind of look forward to having more to do here, or further designs, that is, anyway. And with all of that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.